there's a world where behind one of these doors is an entrance into the Union Mine to an area that nobody's explored in 100 plus years.
I'm gonna see what's behind the magic door.
Jeez. Whoa, I got a hole!
Good luck.
I don't like this at all.
Don't think about it.
You're almost there. Through the worst of it.
Spray them if something moves.
Don't get dead. The cinematography's second. This way out. Cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, God, where'd he go? Oh, Harry, what do you see there? We're giving it another shot here. Well, you're way farther than when we started.
We just crawled through a death trap.
Yeah, we did.
That's the worst thing I've ever done underground. Harry, is this gold? There's a door right there.
We're not in Southern California anymore.
It's too cold up here.
Yeah, it's too cold up here.
It's gonna be a fun day though. Let's go open up an old mine. Another 5 feet.
Yep.
Back at Cerro Gordo with Harry from Mine Operator and Brent from Ghost Town Living. Today we're gonna explore some new workings that just got uncovered. We're gonna dig them out. We're gonna try and get back and see if we can explore some new workings that have never been opened up before. Come on, Harry! He's bringing tools already. The wheelbarrow.
Below that snow drift where you see kind of through the ledge there. That's where we're headed.
That's the spot,
That's the spot.
and it goes that way.
Up there where now that collapses, that's the Union.
Hard hat down. Oh yeah, we can get down there. Oh, oh.
Another adventure.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about snakes up here. That's nice.
Up there is the main Union mine, so we're about 86 feet below it. So I think this would have gone right into the main Union ore body that used to be where all that collapsed rock up there is.
And this is what you're thinking is this is the original tunnel before they shafted down.
Correct. When we get in there, we'll get out of the wind.
How far? Brent?
We're about 100 yards back.
Okay, coming down.
Welcome.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is great. Harry's in.
Not graceful on that one at all.
Oh, wild. It's all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they branched. They branched everywhere.
This way is, I believe, where they're going into part of the Union ore body, which is the main ore body that they first struck here at Cerro Gordo. Then they went off this way, and this way branches 3 or 4 different ways. And to our right is where they backfilled it, where they stacked the rock. And this is the way that's collapsed. And so we'll see. I don't know why they were doing what they were doing, but this is some of the oldest workings at Cerro Gordo. If you look, even like right here, you can see there's still like old candles and candle holders. So this would have been before carbide. So from my understanding, this would have been an 1860s tunnel. And you can see they're working with pretty sketchy loose stuff, but
Hey, those candles were a really huge commodity back then. They were a big deal for a miner.
yeah. And so as we go back, you'll see little ledges like this
Yeah.
with the burn smoke above them.
That's cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, we're trying to find the first way, and this is, from our understanding from looking at old videos and photos, this is potentially the very first working that they did here. So this would have been 1860s. They were going after the ore for the first time. They later probably realized there was a larger ore body, and they went and sank the vertical shaft that I go down quite a bit. So there's a world where behind one of these doors is an entrance into the Union Mine to an area that nobody's explored in 100+ years. We'll just get an idea, and then we can choose which door we want to open up first.
The wise man said, choose the route which is less foul.
Yeah.
The air that is less foul, go that way.
I like that.
We'll see if that works. If we're just like have no idea.
That was Gandalf, right? Or we're talking about Gandalf?
You got it. Yeah.
It is like remarkably more warm in here than it is outside, which is nice. So the other ways, they're kind of like this.
Okay.
This one I can see the back, so this one I think they were truly just like storing rock that they don't want to deal with.
Sure.
But
Water gets in here.
there's another, like, they're all still stuck into the shaft itself.
They just coiled a little wire around and stuck
Yeah.
a candle in it. Oh, and then this is, now we get into hard rock right here. Oh, geez, there he goes. Over a pile.
These guys were short. So this is probably like
The least attractive way, because this is kind of piled up in a way that this would be a huge pain in the ass to move.
Sure.
The other sides are more like hand stacked. And there is, I see a little bit, maybe one beyond here. But this is option number one. Maybe we'll just go through all the options first.
Sure.
And then we'll make a decision from there. It does shoot off to the left right here a little bit, but it only goes about 10 feet and then it stops. So this is option one.
Okay, option one. I like it.
this looks like a dusty option.
Yeah, dusty, a lot of coughing, and not a lot of fun. So here, this isn't one of the ones I was even thinking about, but they're blocking this off or something, you know. So
It kind of goes like parallel with the slope.
Back to the drip. Oh, that was weird. It dripped in my mouth from the.
Ugh.
Great.
Hey, look at all these roots hanging down. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's old school.
So these are a couple more where I was like, this looks a little easier to remove than what we were just looked at.
Sure.
But I'll take us back to the furthest away ones that seem to be the deepest in, and then
Why would they go that way?
yeah, why would they get that? So here's one where, like, you know, this feels like it's back towards at least the direction that we might have wanted to go. I started taking off some. We can take off some more tops of there. So here's another option.
Yeah, this is weird, man.
Yeah, like, why do they keep? It's like, again, we're not that far from where we began, so why do this rather than just bring it out there?
Exactly. That's the question.
So here, they had some timbering here.
Oh, yeah.
Deal here.
Yep. I didn't like this spot for some reason.
Oh, well, this is actually just the end of the line.
A dead end?
Dead end.
Okay.
Faces out.
Yeah.
Okay, so they faced out.
Why? Like, why? Do you know how much work this is? Like, here, I mean, it's so much work to do this.
They did this by hand.
And they did it by hand. And they were just wandering around under
Carried
here.
it out by hand too. They might have had wheelbarrows, right? You said you
I
found a
found
wheelbarrow
one
here?
wheelbarrow in here, yeah.
Yeah.
It is left in here.
None of those gob walls look like a good idea.
I think if we want to move some rock, let's go to that first one you showed us.
All right. Oh, the collapse?
What
Yeah.
was left? We didn't go left.
Left, it kind of goes down and it goes over about 10 feet.
You mind if I take a look
Yeah,
at
please.
it
Yeah,
just for
yeah.
context?
Yeah, definitely. And then we can make a decision from there.
I won't make any decisions. I'm here for the ride.
We're here for, yeah.
You tell us.
We're shovelers today. Ow.
Short miners.
Well, we're back at the collapse. Harry's taking a look at it. We're kind of thinking, I think we're thinking, someone's thinking that this might be the best spot to try for half an hour and just kind of move it down, slough it down, and see if we can get some eyeballs back farther. Because I'm kind of thinking all those other gob walls are they just stacked stuff in there to get rid of it.
Not sure their whole strategy generally here, but
Yeah.
You can attack it the way we do, where you start at the base and just attack the whole elephant, or you just pull what you need to try to make a decision.
I think you pull out what you
But
need to, but
just
then you're moving it twice if you have to.
be advised, you're going to be on your stomach doing that. And you don't have any way to Spray them if something moves
Yeah.
from the back.
Yeah. All right, we picked door number 1 here. We're gonna get some stuff off of here and see what we see towards the back there.
Find a place for that.
Okay, I gotta stop filming. I gotta work now. It's working time. We got a hole big enough for a guy to crawl in there, and we're trying to see what we can find at the back here. Harry, you got any better eyeballs?
Not yet.
Hard to say. Oh yeah, I like what you got going on now. The idea here is to open up some of these old workings and try and get to the back. And we're hoping that they didn't just backfill it all the way back to the face. We're hoping they got lazy and just kind of plugged it off. But even in these backfill piles, there might be some artifacts or something that we pull out that the miners just shoved back there when they were backfilling.
Yeah, that looks about like the face, huh?
We got the expert checking it out.
Yeah, I think that's
Face is out right there.
Yep. Deep enough.
All right, deep enough. Door number 3?
Yeah, and I started poking on door number 4, so
All right.
it's not looking much more promising than door number 3.
Door number 3, face is out.
Your best
We're just gonna
karate kick.
let it go here.
That was easy. We should have done that with the first one.
That's the way to open these things up.
Why didn't I do that before? Okay.
Yeah, just rake that down in here. Yeah, that goes quick now.
Looks like they're going up.
Going up?
Yeah, they're going up.
I don't like up. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Well, door number 4. They started going up a little bit, but it just faces out right there. That's hard rock there. All right, gentlemen, we're running out of doors.
What's next?
Hard door.
I pulled down the big ones in the next one, but I'm not sure that does much. But we could take down the top to see if it goes anywhere.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, we can do that. We're here.
Well, let's scratch the edge.
Right? Yeah.
We're here and we made a mess already.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, they had this place perfectly tidy, and then we'll come in here and undo it all.
Yeah, we'll try here.
The rock.
Back in this kind of timbered area here. Harry's looking down this hole, see if they were doing a little decline, following this kind of red stuff on the rib. But this wood, I went to pick it up, and it weighs absolutely nothing. It's completely dry rotted.
Yeah, it definitely went this way for a little bit.
Nice tight rings though. Oh,
Yeah,
nails.
if you brought lumber into a mine back in the day, there had to be a really good reason for it.
Lumber's expensive.
I don't see a lot of trees outside.
No, there's not a lot of trees.
Yeah, it goes, man.
They were doing
It
something
goes an
there.
unknown distance, but it goes.
Down.
Well, they must not have found anything good because it's backfilled.
They backfilled it. Yeah, a little decline. Boy, were these guys just desperate? They're like, here.
Right. It makes sense to me now. They were looking for this, whatever this is, and they found it, and then they went down on it. So if they went down, that means they were interested in it.
There's some residual gold. I mean, not a lot. It was mostly silver. But the idea of, is it like really small, diffuse gold disseminated throughout everything?
Right.
Or is it like those nuggets they were talking about
Yeah.
that just got melted down and they mixed in with everything?
Or something.
Yeah.
Wow. The mining museum in Reno has a sample of smithsonite from Cerro Gordo with gold in it.
Oh, really?
It's crazy, yeah.
That's awesome.
I know there is those newspaper articles that we've looked at before that talk about nuggets in the waste dump.
Yes.
I have not found any of those.
They must have had some kind of a hoist, like skip or something they were doing here to pull buckets out.
This timber here
Yeah, they
had
were
to
doing
be.
something here because that goes somewhere at least for a little bit.
We could flat rate box what you think they were going after back home and see if there's anything in it.
Yeah? I still have the flat rate boxes from last time I was here. I haven't even opened yet. I know. And I got some more from Harry's mine here yesterday.
A
And
lot of flat rate.
I got a lot of flat rate boxes.
I think this is why they were going all over the place and they found it here, but then why did they choose this spot to go down on it?
There's another mine not too far from here, and what they were always looking for was that red ochre. Remember we read about that the one time?
Yeah, yes.
And they said that there's a red ochre that was assaying at like some crazy gold amount, and that was a mine that's like less than a mile from here. So maybe they were inferring that this was some of that.
Harry's taking a sample of this red rusty stuff. Check out Mine Operator's channel because they're going to do something cool with this ore, figure out if there's any gold or silver in it or other base metals. All right, we're going to head down below to the famous or infamous Omega Tunnel. And Brent and I have been in there a couple of times. It's always scary. We're going to bring Harry in, let him take a look and see what he thinks. But if we can open up the Omega eventually, we'll be able to walk right into the mine without having to take that dang hoist up and down.
So right above us, like right there in that black spot, that was the original Belshaw smelter where they were smelting all the ore. When they were done, they just threw all the slag off the cliff. So like if you look in the road still, this is all old slag from the original 1800 smelter.
Oh, it's really heavy. Is there still a bunch of lead and silver in there?
Yeah, I recently did a video and I re-refined 200 pounds of this.
Oh, yeah.
And out of 200 pounds, I was able to get over 3 ounces of silver.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. So it's just lying around everywhere.
Nice. Oh, yeah. That's really heavy.
Yeah.
Did you just crush it up and smelt it back down?
Yeah.
And is there just like piles of it?
Tons of it.
Tons and tons and tons.
Yeah, everywhere. Made a video of it.
Here we are back at the Omega.
Thought we said never again.
Never, I know, I say that every time. Never again, and then a year later, I forget, and I come back. Harry does not like it at all. Right, Harry?
Don't touch nothing.
You haven't even been inside yet. Last time we had to slide down this huge snow ramp, though.
Yeah,
So this is actually better.
we don't have to do that this time. Oh, ignore that.
Ignore the rocks falling from the ceiling.
My plank.
Yeah. Ugh.
Come on in.
Come on in, he says. All right. We're in.
We're in.
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Don't hit your head on anything.
Touch anything.
The Omega Tunnel.
The sky is falling.
Yeah.
Like this
Jeez.
guy right here.
Yeah, that was not here
Yeah, that was
the first time I came in.
a new addition.
Ye gads. Harry, you doing okay?
Go
Uh-oh.
that way.
No comment. No comment.
Eyes on the back.
So we got this going on.
We got this going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
Stole's effective. Just the power of a 4x4.
4x4.
That looks like a modern 4x4 to me.
Yeah, rounded head nail. All right, this is. Oh yeah,
Yes.
this damn place.
Really didn't like it in here.
Jeez.
Not enough sap.
Lots of timbers. That's what they were holding up.
Oh yeah, that looks great. What are you talking about?
It looks great.
It's gorgeous.
They did a lot of good work
Now
in
we're
here.
into the dimensional.
Timbers came out and rock fell in. Oh, another 100 feet maybe.
And is it faced out or is it?
Collapse.
Okay, so this is just a show and tell.
This is a show and tell, or an option to try and open up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Going up and over some of this stuff. Okay. Where do I want to go? Over it or under it? I guess I want to go under it. What's that kid story? You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You can't go around it. So you better go through it. So I think this right here, I don't know if you can see or understand, but the whole back has come down on the timbers, and that's exactly how it's caved back here another 100 feet. So if we can get through that, that would open up the rest. Oh, are we here?
We're back.
We're back.
And we even listened to rules here. Remember this pipe trying to push that through? Yeah. Even a cut off shovel over there.
Yeah, nice. And there's that moss or stuff.
It was blown in the wind. I remember that top right corner is kind of where we were last working, and then side of that was about it.
I like the rock here better.
Yeah.
Than the last 100 feet. I don't know, now I'm back in here, I'm like, yeah,
Not bad at all.
we could do this.
Yeah.
And then Brent has got himself back into here.
Yes.
Come on, Harry, the party's back here.
I found something for you, Jason.
What'd you find? A wedge?
$1 each, man.
$1 each?
You got $2 back right there.
That's worth the trip.
There you go, Brent.
All right.
Got you $2 right there.
Thank you. Look at that.
$1 a piece.
This is where we got to.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yeah, you can see where the shovel is, and that top right corner. You can see how the
Stuff is waving.
blowing through there.
Let me get up in there.
Yeah, go.
Let me.
It's
Let
pretty
me see.
competent ground right here. You're in safe ground.
Let's see. What am I looking at here? Yeah. I think that's the spot. You can see the stuff waving in the wind. So there's air moving through there. It can't be that plugged. Oh, you got a shovel, Harry?
Come on, man.
Mine operator never goes anywhere without a shovel.
No, this thing goes everywhere until it fails.
What
are you thinking?
I don't know.
The way I understood it when I watched the video when you guys are playing with that is it's basically an hourglass, right?
Essentially, yes.
And so we just went over one of those back there where
Correct.
you kind of go up and over and then it's good to go again. So
That's what we're hoping here.
yeah, you're hoping that this is just the last little,
Up and over.
yeah.
That little thing waving in the wind tells me that this is, after this, it might not be completely open, but there's air moving all the way from the shaft.
Which is a long ways away.
Which is a long ways away.
100 feet away, at least.
How long?
No, a couple hundred yards, probably
Yeah,
300-400 yards away from here.
yeah. I don't know, Harry. You want to look?
Yep.
Get up there and look.
I can read your mind.
You brought mine operator. Go look.
There's another.
$3. All right, we're gonna pick on this a while and see what we see. Well, we're, for better or worse, we're doing it, right? We're trying. we're giving it another shot here. This is what it looks like. This is how the sausage is made.
I don't know what kind of sausage this is. Spicy sauce.
Spicy. We're at it again. Moving dirt 10 feet.
Past this beam, there's nothing. So like, I don't know what's that way.
Yeah, you're gonna unleash a torrent of rock if you move that.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There's one.
Yeah.
This is the day, Brent. This is.
Yeah, we're getting through.
It's gonna happen.
Because all this rock's got to be coming from somewhere, so maybe we'll just get up and over.
Yeah, if we can just hollow out enough to get up and over.
You just have to have the balls to go that way.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, it's his mine. We'll let him go. And
Yeah.
you've been in worse.
I'll at least give it a good inspection first.
appreciate that. If you watch the dust, it's zooming that way.
It is.
Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're close. That's what I said 2 years ago, but I think we're close now.
I guess those buckets would be useful, huh?
The ones I told you not to bring?
I don't know. I kind of talked myself out of it.
Well, let's go here for a little while longer, and if we get real excited, we're going to go back and get more tools. What do you see, Harry?
A nightmare.
A nightmare? Whoa.
That's a big. Feels like progress.
You all right?
I'm good.
Everybody's good. All right, we'll keep digging. Okay, we got through the next cap. You're saying there's a bunch of material in there?
Huh?
That's not what I want to hear. But the air, Harry. The air.
The air. And I wonder too, like all this stuff's coming from there. If we can do the up and over thing too.
Right.
Oh,
It's going.
it's going somewhere. There's a sledgehammer down here too.
Yeah.
I was hoping just to see.
Yeah, just launch into the. That wood you're hitting? Not sure yet.
There's much more work ahead.
Much more work ahead. All right, Brent, get in there. You better look. We've never been closer, Brent.
It's close. We've made it at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet today.
We have.
So we've made it 2 or 3 feet today.
Yeah. We made it 2 or 3 feet now.
2 or 3 feet.
Yeah.
The hope was after that 5 or 6 feet that it would be clear, but there's false moments of hope. We get little holes, we see through further, but there could be a world where there's a hill and we've been digging in this hill and now we're seeing the top of the hill and hopefully it goes down, or it could be solid all the way through. But I think more tools, we can give it a go.
We'll try and go look at some maps later and show everybody what we're talking about, but this goes all the way from the surface back into the 200-foot level.
Correct. Yeah, this is one of the main haulage passages that they had. So this would have gone from the surface where we walked in all the way to the 200 level of the Union Mine, all the way to the main shaft that goes 900 feet down. So this was a very important and serious mine for the town back in the day. And when I first got here, I could tell that there was something substantial here because of the waste pile, the tailings outside of it. So I spent out 8 months of the backhoe digging in and digging in and digging in and digging in. First time I hoped that I could just walk into the Union Mine. Then I walked about 100 yards back and hit this. And we've made it, 10 feet since in the last 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're making progress
Yeah.
slowly but surely.
Slowly.
But yeah, this will be huge. And we've talked about this in other videos. Like, this would be huge. Harry, this will be huge.
I like it.
Don't get crushed. Oh, geez. Well, we've made the decision to go get tools, more tools, go get some lunch, look at some maps. So that cap right there, the light's on, has been totally uncovered. That we didn't know that was there before. And so we've moved a whole set. And behind that, you can see some timbers down and some more muck. But the air, you guys, the air's moving. The air. So there's some way through all this stuff. All right. Hopefully we'll be back. We're going to get some new tools. We're going back underground and we're going to punch into that Omega. Oh, it's the animals. Hey guys, you're famous too. Oh yeah, Cerro Gordo, goats and alpacas. Look at them all. There's way more than last time I was up here.
It happens.
They multiply.
Come on in.
All right, let's get some tools. We're back up to the hoist house. The hoist is down right now, correct?
Correct, yes. We're doing a little work on it, but come on in.
Yeah, let's go check it out. See why we can't use the hoist today.
So this is the whole reason the town exists.
Yeah.
The main Union shaft here at Cerro Gordo goes 900 feet straight down. If you kind of come over here.
Okay, so they were pulling in one cart at a time.
Yeah.
I got it.
24/7.
I got you.
So the hoist is up, blocked up.
Buried way up there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then there's a big pulley up there. Yeah, I've been down that more times than I want to admit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, looking for gold?
From that one mine.
Dream matting, right?
Nice.
Yeah. We now have like a light system. Yeah. And so there's a camera over the hoist. There's lights on top of the hoist. So I communicate with the operator with lights. So like green means I want to go down, blue means I want to go up, red means there's a problem. So you can see kind of in real time what's going on. So as you can see, nothing's working right now. So like usually he's like, oh, he wants to go to the 400, that's close, close, close. Okay, perfect, lock it down, lock it back on. This is how it goes down and up. So
Yeah. Whose idea was it to install the hydraulics?
a buddy of mine that owns the auto parts store down in Lone Pine.
Genius.
You'd fit right in, Harry.
I'm not touching anything.
And then this used to be how they adjusted their
This is the speed of the motor, right?
speed.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's how they used to be doing it.
So you go faster and slower.
Yeah.
Right now it's one speed.
It can vary slightly, slight variation.
Okay.
This transformers?
Yeah.
Those are some ancient transformers.
But there's a lot of copper in there. Stay out of there, Harry. You can't scrap those. That's that stuff we milled.
And there's all the scraps. Remember I wanted to take all the scraps?
Yes. There we go. We got lots of projects here. Lots of cedar there.
Yeah, lots of cedar.
And this is for the music studio.
Correct. Yeah, so then we've been taking the rough stuff, planing it down here, and then 45ing the edges and stuff. We had a whole
Oh, you got a whole like
going on.
lumber
There's
process.
Some of the cedar looking a little better.
Yeah. Look at that.
And then that's some of the Doug fir that we cut up there too.
Oh
On
yeah.
your property.
That's my tree?
That's your tree. Now it's almost in flooring.
This right here?
That's your tree.
Man, that is beautiful flooring. Look at that.
Now there's a bunch of cord in there.
Wow.
It's also, because it's the biggest building under roof, it's our storage too.
There we go. S&J Forest Products. If you want to see my other logging videos and wood videos, check out S&J Forest Products. Link down below.
There you go. There's some more of your Doug fir.
Beauty. So that's going to be flooring for the studio?
Yep.
We got to go dig. Let's go dig. We're back. We got improved tools and we're going to attack this thing again. We're getting through. We're going to get through. All right, what is our game plan here? Are we just going to rake everything back to where we're sitting, open it up, and keep moving muck?
Exploration mucking.
Brent says yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll just daisy chain this muck out of here.
Yep.
Who's going first?
I'll go
First. Harry, you're making progress.
No, I'm not.
There you are.
Looks like I am, but
Oh, yeah.
Hey Jason, you want to give me a little update?
Yeah, man.
What you
So,
seeing?
Over on the right side here, where the stuff is blowing,
Yep. Oh, it's blowing real good now.
it's blowing real good, and you can see the end of the lagging from the last set.
Yeah.
Kind of hanging down like this. And I think I can see under the lagging, and it's open. But yeah, we're getting close. This
I'm a
is,
Newton.
now whether we're close, I mean,
Oh. Did you guys hear that? A bunch just fell somewhere.
Up top.
Yep. Somewhere a bunch just fell.
but like I just realized that to get air through is one thing, but to get a human through might be another.
Human.
It's more coming right now.
Yeah, it's moving. It's moving.
Watch the end of this thing
Okay.
as he starts
Oh yeah, yep.
jabbing,
Yeah, it starts.
jabbing and jabbing wildly.
Here, don't disturb it too bad. All right. Surgeon now.
He is. How are you feeling, Jason?
I'm feeling really good. I'm very excited about this. I see in the next 2 days we're through whatever this is, and we've opened up some new area.
You got that long pole?
Yep. Let me blind you first with my light. Oh, Harry, what do you see there?
Cave.
Cave?
Yeah, past the next cap is a bunch of material.
No. Okay, we got through the next cap. You're saying there's a bunch of material in there?
Uh-huh.
That's not what I want to hear. Trying to think of something encouraging to say.
You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great.
That may have been just what we needed.
What has been discovered is that after that timber set, the lags above are, I think, toast. And in between those two, coming towards us, there's no real lagging, and so there's potential for bigger stuff. But right now, we're hoping that pile just kind of falls back. And
Yeah. We're going now. Never been closer. Got a really good feeling about this.
Good job.
Rock. How are we looking, Harry? I think we're doing great. We got our Wonder Mucker taped onto a long pole so we don't have to get our heads under that kind of nasty spot. And that's what we've been dealing with.
everybody break out the camera.
I got a hole. I got space right there under a lagging. Look at that, Harry.
Yeah.
We got a hole, man.
We got a hole.
We got a hole.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully it's competent ground from then on.
Oh yeah, buddy. Ah!
It just needs to be Brent sized. He'll go through it.
Oh, we got a hole, man. We got a hole. Let's make it bigger. All right. We got our hole. And then right past the hole is a door. I don't know if you can see it. There's a door right there. Right through their hole. And there's a master lock right at the top, right there. There it is. Master lock with a brand new galvanized. It looks like it was put in yesterday. Here, I'll let you look, Harry. All right. We gotta wait for Brent to come back. There's the door. The door, you can't see anything. The door to the Omega. All right, it's the next day. Brent didn't make it back last night, and Harry and I weren't going in any farther without Brent. So I've been thinking about this all night, and half the night I convinced myself that I shouldn't go in that hole, and the other half of the night I convinced myself that I absolutely should go in that hole. So let's see what happens today. We'll get Brent in there, get some eyes on it, and we'll go from there. We're back. How you feeling, Brent?
Excited. You know, this has been literally years in the workings. I mean, you can look behind us 30 feet where I started digging with the backhoe. You can see where the hillside was. And even to get to here, I cut it, all this slope you see, I had to cut this from a backhoe, bucket by bucket. So it's been a lot of work to get here, and we're gonna see what's behind the magic door.
See what's behind the magic door. This is our entrance. I gotta back in this little hole. Bye, Brent. We'll was your comment last time? If I die, tell them I said something cool. This is what we're dealing with. This is just to get to the bad spot.
Yeah. See, there was track here.
Yeah, there's a piece. Oh yeah, 2 pieces. Oh, lots of track. All right, we're not to the bad spot yet. All right, Brent's got his first eyeballs on his
Looking good.
on his Brent-sized hole there we made for him.
That's like a highway.
Yeah, okay. If you say so. I love it.
See the head helmet problem.
Jeez.
We could have made it a little bigger. Looking good. Your heels are looking good.
Oh, jeez.
You're gonna do that, huh?
I don't know.
How's it looking there?
I think the door opens into the shaft, which should be all right. Otherwise, there's about a foot of dirt at the bottom that I'll have to get out.
Okay.
But I got the bolt cutters now. And
Okay.
I'll go further.
And then I'll send you the mucking tool next.
All right, that's in case he gets buried back there and he's got to dig his way out.
Excellent. Got it.
All right.
Here comes the pole. Yeah, pole. All right. Let's see if we can watch Brent open up the Omega for the first time.
There it is.
There we go.
Okay, there's a door.
Is it old?
No. It's a master lock.
It is.
It is a master lock.
There it goes. It's opening.
Yes. Yeah. How does it look?
It's clear as far as I can see.
No way.
Yeah, go back a couple 100 feet and then come back and tell us.
He said it's clear as far as you can see.
All right. Ready for a report?
Yeah.
Well, I'll try on the site. All right, good news and bad news. The bad news is, Harry, you're gonna have to come through this hole.
Oh no.
Because the good news is, I got all the way to that intersection of the stopes and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's a sign that says down to the 400 level.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'd come on back. I didn't want to explore all of it without you guys. I stopped at the intersection, so come on back.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. We got to go through that hole, Harry.
Jason, good luck.
I don't like this at all.
Don't think about it. No guts, no glory.
Think about it, just do it.
No guts, no glory.
Tell my wife and kids I love them.
No.
Here we go. Coming through.
I always seem to be filming Jason's other side. Yeah, he's just gonna wiggle through there as fast as he can.
You're almost there. Through the worst of it.
Oh yeah, that's not fun. Okay, Harry.
You're gonna see what's above my head when I go here. Oh shit. Just like climbing barbed wire underneath barbed wire in the Marine Corps.
Here he's coming. Here, hand me that GoPro.
It's recording.
It's recording. You're good. Oh. That's the worst thing I've ever done underground.
Well, just think you get to do it again.
Yeah, I do.
So,
Here, let me get through this door.
Yep. How you doing, Harry?
well, it's not as bad as getting shot at.
It's close, right? The Omega is open.
This part up here got me a little scared. You know, I saw this clear up right away.
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
The ground is good.
Yeah, I like no problem.
I like these little pockets of mineralization.
What's this? What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, that's a big hole.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Scoping action, huh?
No, I think it caved in. All right, continue on. Here's good.
Hey, you're cool.
Huh?
Got you a spike.
Oh, nice.
They pulled the rail.
They did.
Yeah, someone pulled the rail.
Used it somewhere else. You can see where the sleepers were. Oh, this is like a beautiful set of workings now. Okay. This is.
Along the way, we got these exit signs, you know, pointing towards the road.
We're cruising. We're cruising.
All right.
Go right first to show. This is, I think, that T that we were, you know, talking about.
Yeah, I think that goes to the Union,
Yeah.
and then this one goes to what? A couple of those little stopes.
A couple steps, and also that maze of stuff on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's over here to the right. This is kind of where I stopped, but this is a very exciting discovery for another day with rope. But it says 400 level,
400 level.
and they had even a cable. You know, that's another day with another rope. But that could be a part of the 400 that I wasn't able to get to previously. You know.
Yeah.
And then over here, we got.
This way out, like that. Oh, can full of spikes.
I think in here, one of those little stopes we were seeing.
Oh yeah, look at there. Yep. Oh, and there's backfill here.
There we go.
Yep.
I'm getting into some work now.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because this black rock is kind of unique. I don't see that in many of the levels.
It's a very small stope.
Yep. And is this is going back to the hoist, right?
It's heading towards that way, yeah.
Yeah.
This way is a little more like exactly, and then I think the other way was the one that went to the Union chimney.
I think that's right. Yep. So what do we look? We're just looking for anything.
Anything, and then I think also just like how close this goes. Because now what's interesting to me is like this kind of like where they piled some up and walked over on top of it. This is what it's like 100 feet from the hoist in the other direction.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this makes sense of kind of like. So I'm wondering like, eventually I imagine we'll run into a pile of clayish stuff this way, but that'll be interesting because then. If that's only like 10 feet or something, you know, then this is the way to the actual hoist.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because this type of terrain is looking familiar. I mean, there's not big other.
It looks like they were only using this for foot access because
Yeah.
there's no track. It's
Yeah,
just
there's
and they got
trample
muck on the
down.
sides from, you know, kind of what we did.
on my way back.
Hit this on the way back. Oh yeah, caved. Stuff backfilled. All right, so we're thinking this goes to the hoist.
Yeah, this is kind of, like I said, this is like the style of the tunnel towards the hoist.
This looks
Other side.
older because it's quite a bit smaller.
Yeah, they're just chipping away rarely. And I think we're gonna run into what I was talking about.
This is your clay plug.
Yep.
Okay.
Ground's kind of damp.
Yeah. Yeah, all the wood is really rotten.
So this is kind of like that clay plug. So I think through here is where the main shaft would be.
That looks like almost a raise that's
Yeah, like falling down.
backfilled, yeah.
It does. There you go, Jason.
Velvet?
Yeah.
Somebody knows what that is. Leave a comment
Cigars.
below. Cigars?
Yeah.
Nice.
Made from the finest Kentucky burley leaf tobacco, ripened in the
In nature's sun
sun and cured in nature's way. That's cool.
that is cool. Cigars.
We'll see what's the way of the Union then.
Yeah, we'll head back.
How big do you think this? Oop, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
War wound.
I'm not sure how big, but this is the direction and the kind of like terrain that I was experiencing at the 200, and this stuff just looks way harder to move than.
Well, let's see.
Oh, you got your.
There's no way we're gonna be able to muck this, but
Yeah.
No.
that's not bad.
All right. Well, that just leaves a part 2.
Yeah, another option.
It's doable.
Well, folks, this will have to be a continuation later on, but that is the way towards the main Union, and that would give us a direct way to get to the shaft without using the hoist. Yeah, interesting echo right here. Yep.
Yeah, the damn clay. So check this out, Brent. This is really interesting. See this?
Oh yeah.
They mined
way.
to the hoist, not away from the hoist.
So they had the hoist, and then they wanted an exit, probably.
Or they hit the Union through the Omega first,
Right.
and then sunk the shaft and connected to the shaft. Because this drill steel and bottomed towards the shaft way. So this was mined
Other way.
to the south, yeah. And here's another thing. They bottomed the drill here
Yeah.
and came down and bottomed the drill there. So their round was a 2-foot round. They were doing 2-foot rounds on this.
It must have taken them a long time to set that drill up, where it pins itself in the back, and then set it up and get the angle right.
Yep.
Must have taken forever.
Yep.
Towards
right.
the Union?
Towards the
The
Union.
Union chimney is interesting because I've never been able to get close to the Union chimney.
Uh-huh.
So if we could get even
Oh,
eyes
cool.
of...
There's some fuse stuck in this hole still.
Fuse?
There's about a 3-foot hole, and there's some fuse right where the stemming would be.
You want to head through there? Go check it out, and if it's interesting, we'll follow you.
Look at this ground. There's a drill hole going straight up.
Yeah.
You see the star bit pattern in the hole.
Really?
Yeah, look at that.
So it was mechanical then, huh?
It used to go that way.
Used to go that, it's caved?
It's just plugged, but there's a lot of timber, like they're having trouble right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this spot's pretty nasty. Look at the size of the timbers they had here too.
I wish
Yeah.
I would have brought that map with us.
Oh yeah.
So you could see exactly where we were. But...
Got the dynamite box remnants.
What's laying back there? Some old steel.
It might have been a place they were putting explosives.
There's a bit, or a
Old
steel.
file.
Yeah. Yeah, bastard file. Nice. Oh God, where'd he go? Follow him. Look at this big slab, Harry. Look at that. That guy's ready to go. Yeah, a little stope right here. Climb up there.
Dropped up on the left there.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Still goes.
Is there workings up there?
Looks like it, but backfilled.
Oh, backfilled? Okay.
Yeah, they backfilled.
Do you see any ore up there anywhere? Or?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nope.
Wherever they took is gone.
Where'd he go? Oh, he's waiting for us. Yeah, man, I like this. 400-foot level. Yep, that could be something for Brent later in another video.
That's probably one of the best Prince Albert cans I think I'd seen.
Prince Albert cans?
Yeah, the pipe tobacco is in damn near perfect condition compared to what I normally see.
There we go.
In the
Crump,
back.
crump cut? What's that say?
Crimp cut.
Crimp cut. Okay. This is the big one. If this goes to the Union, this will be the first time anybody's been in the Union in a long time.
We do it?
Let's do it. Harry, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Take a right. There should be another little stope here somewhere, right?
Yeah. I remember that looked like maybe it was a little bigger one. That way it looks plugged. Probably worth the.
Yeah, take a.
Got a big airline coming in here, or something.
Oh, yep.
Air and water.
Air and water.
Oh, track.
Track and air.
That still goes.
Yep, this is backfilled.
Yeah, they were doing something in here.
Yeah. Sleepers and.
Oh, I think this is that stope.
Oh. Little stope this way.
Or it's just a really big collapse.
Sometimes hard to tell, right?
This looks a little more intentional, maybe. Come on up.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's definitely a scope.
Looks like they were chasing something. Looks like they're chasing this banded stuff right there.
Yep.
The brown banded stuff. Yeah, that layer right there.
They were definitely stoping here.
I don't know.
This wood is very old.
I don't know if you want to crawl up there. What's is there? Oh, there's another tunnel
down?
going there. That way, yeah, that off kind of that way.
Ah.
Oh, look. There's another one right here going that way.
Really?
Yep.
Let's do this after we go that way.
Yeah. Oh God.
There's a boarding.
Abort. The Union is the place.
Yeah, you see the stope? Right here, they stope right up into this.
Oh, they did?
Oh yeah, went right up.
Oh, sure did. With picks. Yep, following this brown band right there.
Yeah.
Hoping.
Seems to be the same thing over here, right? This is kind of.
Yeah.
Ochre.
Yeah, that ochre.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's quite ochre, but it's definitely mineralized. That's the stuff they were after.
It's got that banding in it, like that calcite terrace.
Oh, the silica
Yeah,
sintered.
it's got the banding in it.
Yeah.
Definitely get a lot of workings. Fish plate.
Yeah, a lot of flagging. What does that say? 1 plus 37.
Yeah. Sleeper time. Don't like it. Something's in here.
Oh,
Yeah, someone did sample here, huh?
Yeah. Pick up track again.
More track. Uh-oh. That looks troublesome.
Track towards trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a closer look. I don't think we're getting through there.
No?
No.
Bummer.
This was possibly the way towards the Union. We do have those two things back in that stope, but maybe you can give me another opinion if you'd like up there, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty blocked to me.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Bigger rock, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty tight hole. I'm not climbing through there.
Someone was messing with this pipe here.
Yep. I think. You know what we should do, Brent?
Yeah.
Is let's pace this back
Yep.
to the Y. Yeah.
I like that.
I got 1 + 20 here. So that's maybe 120 feet. But I don't know if that's,
There might be pace counts.
might be.
Because I've never seen anybody tie a ribbon to a rock as a sample. Usually it's a nail on the sample, you know?
Right. Brent, there's a situation where this might be the Union.
Yeah.
This might be the shaft here,
Yeah.
and it's just back.
It's collapsed from the surface, so it could have just all came in the whole shaft all the way down.
Yeah, yep, and backfilled into these portals or these drifts.
I'd buy that.
We're going back to that little stope that's collapsed. Look at some of those side drifts. Sounds like Brent's going up and over.
This wood is not doing anything.
No.
Maybe the right looks like it just maybe goes 10 feet or so. Wait for the report.
Yeah. Let Brent do his thing.
Wow.
There was another little fork or trident looking thing where they were going back towards the bullion stope.
Yeah.
Remember seeing that?
Come on.
And they stoked in there too.
All right, we're going up.
Check that out. There's like a hook thing right there. Look at that vein, man. That's a sexy vein.
I don't want to send a lot down, but I'm just
Oh, you see they went up on it?
Yeah.
They chased that vein.
Yeah, look at this.
Definitely chased
Look
the
at this
vein.
freaking room, man.
There's another drift this way.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they really liked whatever they were.
Let me get up here.
Flat, Jason, the vein.
The vein is flat.
Yeah.
We know about that.
Yeah, we do.
Any slabs? No slabs.
Scurry up this.
Well, it's not blue jeans, it's burlap.
Hey!
Where did I see it here?
Oh
A
yeah.
sack of ore here, buddy.
Oh yeah, holy shit. Was that malachite?
Oh, that's gorgeous. Good, bud.
Wow.
There's a sack of ore.
Oh, there's
here.
azurite. What's that, blue?
Yep, that's right for sure.
A guy,
Here, I got something for you.
guy left a sack of ore there. Never made it back.
Never made it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's take it up. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna squirrel up that.
Bag and tag it.
Yeah.
And then there's someone's hand steels right here.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That is sexy. I like that.
You found somebody's little hidey hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about yesterday when they stashed away a little ore.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know how valuable this stuff is, but
It's still pretty cool.
it's very cool.
That is very
This
cool.
is kind of like the ore from this stope now, so you got it.
Yeah.
So you can put it on your display.
Yeah. Yeah, take as much as you could, actually.
Wow. That,
Oh, look at
that
that
one's got to
piece.
go to you, man.
That's a museum piece right there. That
Oh,
quartz in
nice.
there?
Oh, is that what's that yellow
that
stuff? What's all
What's
that yellow stuff
stuff
there?
going on? In the quartz.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to get my loop out.
Hell yeah.
It goes.
Harry, is this gold?
If it is, we're going to have a problem
That's
getting it out. Here.
Look at the top.
man, that looks like,
We can't get lucky again.
dude, that looks like gold to me.
Yeah. Point to it.
Top.
Right here. You won't miss it.
Gold, he says.
Maybe not. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Hopefully, what? But
Where are you looking?
the
Top
the
left.
top right, probably where you're.
Like right here?
Yeah.
It's just some yellow stuff. Call it gouge.
It's just gouge.
It's
It's not.
just
It's not
googe.
metallic. Okay.
No, this happens to us all the time. Where you're like, oh look, it's gold.
My eyes are gone.
Yeah.
My adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah.
Just yellow gouge, huh?
Yeah, this is some light blue, some greens, dark blue. Here. Yeah, looks good. There's the crusher.
Yeah, that'll go in the museum.
Gouge, he says. All right. 200 level
200 level
or
azurite.
You want a piece of this bag? It's pretty.
Nah, it's okay. Take the guy's ore.
steel his ore.
Like the best pieces were on top. Whoa, yeah. That's almost a blueberry.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know what's in focus or what I'm getting anymore.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
That's a good looking. I
I
wonder
like
what.
the little blue stuff, man. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
I think it's
Why am
azurite,
I
isn't
doing
it?
this? Why don't you pick through this? It's your mine.
No, check it out. You're down there.
So behind me, it goes off this direction.
Shit.
Pretty far.
Well, there must be some. I mean, this ore came from here somewhere.
You know what's interesting too is like if we keep going up, we're not that far from the surface. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah,
they keep weaseling their way up.
might run into the 86.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should have brought the gold monster, man.
Uh huh. Detect this stuff.
Big bag.
It's crazy that it's just left there. What's going on with that piece of wood? Is there anything behind that piece of wood or?
There's another piece of steel.
Double steel.
Yeah. This was somebody's little spot.
Yeah.
This was definitely somebody's little spot here.
That's cool.
That here.
All right. He's going up.
Headed up.
Yeah, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, is it dead in there?
Yeah, faces out, both directions.
Head up this way.
So where'd all that blue ore come from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Brent's going up that way.
Oh, there's some scary rocks up here.
Scary rocks. I don't like that. What do you got?
I was going to ask him if he's recognized this before. This little orange copper looking stuff.
Oh,
is.
yeah. That's cool. Want in the bag?
I don't know. What are we doing with this stuff?
Yeah, orange. It almost looks like some sort of decomposed pyrite or something. Yeah. All right, let me go check out what Brent's got going on. Okay. All right, Brent's been up here a while. So there must be some stuff. Oh yeah, scary rocks. Oh. Wow. What do you see?
I think it was wishful thinking, but it does go back maybe another 80 feet here.
And faces out?
Yeah. But there, it's that same mineralization that you're talking about is at the very back of the face too.
Okay. I wonder where that ore was coming from.
Oh, blue stuff? Yeah.
Found this a little different than the Prince Albert tuxedo.
Tuxedo. Nice.
Yeah, we'll bring it up. Throw it in the museum.
In the museum.
Yeah, no, yeah, where were they getting that? Nice green and blue stuff.
It must have, I mean,
Is that one little, like a one little pocket there or something?
something.
This is still what they were looking for. This like,
Yep.
well, there's a little,
Oh, there you go.
I've probably seen one of those hand seals with, nope, the hair now.
A little bit of blues and greens. Faces out over there. They were looking. Oh yeah.
Right here, right? It's still the same.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's the stuff.
Whatever they're.
That is the stuff. Yeah. Nice banded. Soft. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like clay.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
It's probably just some hydrothermally altered sulfide. You know, it was deposited with hydrothermal fluids and
Yeah.
into the limestone, and then it just kind of.
What do you think's in it?
Oh well,
Precious minerals.
with the red and there's a lot of iron in it. You can tell. The black is sometimes manganese, but I mean, this is like I don't see any galena, right?
No, me neither. That's what I was thinking.
So I'm thinking this would be more. I mean, the blues and the greens are obviously copper, but I don't see any of those obvious here.
Yeah. But they seem to like it. They spend a lot of time over there.
They spent a lot of time over there.
Is that quartz crystals?
Yeah, or calcite. It does kind of feel like quartz. Ground up in the.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever that was, they seem to really.
Yeah, they like this banded stuff. What's this? Oh, well, I destroyed it.
What, dynamite wrapper?
Yeah.
A little nitroglycerin in there?
Yeah, hope not. I just dropped it.
Yeah, well, I think it was.
Do I feel airflow?
Nope.
Nope. Feels cold.
All that red stuff we climbed up, I think is ore.
Yeah, well, it seems like
I look here at the
this
face.
is what they were really. Jason handed me this little quarter stick of dynamite too, so.
Don't.
Well, where'd the rest of it go?
Yeah.
Oh, it probably happened from the explosion.
Just weathered out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting that.
Yeah, because like this is the host rock, right? And then as you come up here, it gets all gnarled up, chewed up, and.
Look at their blast holes, dude. Look at those things. Some ugly holes.
Bootlegs.
Maybe this is an older part of the stope, and they were using the old school hand steel or something.
Did you see where any of that blue or green stuff came the other way?
I didn't. I went up and looked, and the vein's pretty defined right in the middle, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of blast dust in there, so it's hard
Okay.
to tell. There's a good chance that bag didn't come from that spot.
Yeah, he brought it up there.
Who knows?
Oh, why would you bring it up? Yeah.
They're reaching in there.
Here, there's a little pick.
I'll get out of the way.
That's a bad one.
See, pick on them, but you might get some blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's some real nice reds.
It seems like whatever's in this, they seem to.
Up here. The primary thing is don't get hit in the head with something.
Don't get dead.
Just don't get dead. The cinematography second. All right, there's a fault right here, so it slicks.
So we had already come up here, so now you're leaving.
Yeah, we're headed down now.
Yeah, this red stuff, my hands in, like this is all ore to me.
Or
They
One of
left
the
it.
Ziplocs isn't too full.
yeah,
I'm gonna take more of this guy's stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
Did the work to get it here. We'll take it up.
Yep.
That's where we found the cool stuff.
Actually,
here.
I'm gonna wander out with those two.
Yep,
Yeah.
those are good.
Put them in the museum.
More hand steels.
Yeah.
Hand steels are good. I want to know where the heck that stuff came from.
I think back there where you found the blue stuff was the best bet, but
Yeah?
who knows?
All right, Brent's working on that little bag of ore we found, which is pretty cool. I really like that. But I'm trying to figure out where it would have come from up here. And if it was me, I would have tried to hide it under, you know, some muck or some dirt.
Okay.
What do we got here? What is this? I don't know, that almost looks like aluminum or stainless. That's okay. Now, if I was working this face, where would I hide all this blue stuff? I don't know, man. I don't see anything real obvious. Let me take a look at that ore again.
Want the shovel to kind of dig around in there?
Yeah. See if any pieces fell down in. That'd be great.
Here's some of these really nice little green malachite pieces he's finding. Looks like you're to the bottom. I'll put that in the bag.
I'm gonna do a quick little.
I'm looking here. This is right above where the bag of ore was. It's all black. Is that stuff mostly black, Brent?
This stuff over here?
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like red almost. I'll show you a piece.
Yeah, what am I? Man, that's good. Like, that looks great. Oh, yeah, with the red on the bottom. Huh.
It's just straight iron oxide, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get that out of here.
Now, where
Now,
where is that? Where are you getting this stuff? Yeah, this piece Brent just pulled out. That is great.
Yeah.
And it's on all sides, right?
Yeah, goes all the way
Oh,
around.
yeah, we got to wash that piece off.
It's he stole the reds too.
Yeah. Where do you find that stuff?
It's almost as blue. It's bluer than my glove.
Yeah, that's a beauty of a piece. We'll clean that one up. Just bright red band running right through there. That's just below where the ore sack was. And then look, Brent, look right at your knees.
Oh yeah, maybe he was picking right here.
Maybe it was right there he was picking and just throwing it over his shoulder.
Right, because there's almost some mineralization right here. Unless this fell from the ceiling.
Well, it might have fallen right up there. Yeah. But is there any blues in it?
Not any blues yet.
Yeah. All right, here's the pick if you want to.
This is like I can just. I'll use one.
Yeah, use the old tools.
Yeah, you can use that one.
Use the OG tools. All right, I'm gonna pick at this red band. There's that red banded stuff. Man, it is just solid red. There's some more of the stuff. You can just pick it out. It's so soft. You can just pull it right out with that little pick. I don't see any of the blues and greens, but it's pretty stuff, that's for sure. Just a little seam of it right there, and then right up here it looks like the fault is running right along there. You can see the slicking sides right there. And then all the ore is down below that, the black and the red. A big fault zone. That's a good, I like that piece you're picking on.
I keep feeling like I'm going to see gold in there. That's what I keep looking for. Nothing yet. Alright, let's sneak on through there.
That's going through there. Oh, it smells like rotten wood here. That's amazing how pungent it is all of a sudden.
I thought it was a dryer sheet I was smelling.
Weird smell as you go into an enclosed hole.
Yeah. Ignore the gases.
Just hold your breath. It's true, right?
Yeah, we'll let him go first. And
Oh, there's an airline back there.
Yeah, you saw that?
oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was a snake at first.
Snake.
Ooh, this is actually we
we take a photo of me right here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rotten line.
Not much else going on down here.
Okay.
There's some ore, I think, that is left. We've crawled in. Like it dives down.
Is there anything exciting in the vein right over your right shoulder there? Yeah. No.
That same kind of reddish stuff. There's some really black stuff up here, kind of interesting.
So we found the copper up there, so that means that's where the copper oxides dropped out.
Yeah.
Where you guys are picking on it out of the vein. And it's not down here. There's our quartz vein right here. There it is. There's quartz.
Brent's coming out.
I like this quartz. It looks boring with the stuff we found.
All right. And we're out.
So if we weren't here, you'd do all this on your own, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
For like the whole day.
For hours. You'd just be down here for hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have the balls to do that by myself.
Well, are you gonna come back in tomorrow, you think, and go down that 400?
Probably not tomorrow, because I'll probably want to come with, I'll probably anchor off somewhere, you know, so I'll probably bring some climbing bolts, so that way I know I have an anchor that I trust,
Yeah.
and then enough rope to rappel down.
You think that hole looks like we can kind of shimmy down it, or is it like no go?
I saw that, I thought the same thing. Now obviously I'm going to always say yes in that case, but it's then if it starts sliding when we're trying to come back up,
Yeah.
then we have a fun
Yeah.
look at it.
We just crawled through a death trap,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
and so now I'm a little more bold than usual. So
Yeah.
You are more bold. Listen to you talk. You're on the. Well, let's
down an incline that's like, that's collapsed.
let's shimmy down this 65-degree incline full of
that's
rotten
a little
timbers.
different than like the hourglass of hell above your head.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, squishing, like climbing, crawling through like little confined spaces like that are not my thing.
Uh huh.
Like the whole idea of caving.
Oh, yeah.
People and they like crawl into little cracks, like no.
Especially after, you know that Nutty Putty story or whatever? You know that story about the Nutty Putty cave?
Huh.
So there's this guy, you probably don't want to hear that. Well, anyways, there's this guy that
Earmuffs.
they were caving, and there's this one part that they call like the birth canal, and it's your back and your stomach, you're squeezing through, and he took a wrong turn, and he ended up inclined like this, upside down with his head below him, and he couldn't get back out. And his brother was there, and his brother came out, and the search crew came, and they tried to like attach ropes, they tried everything they could, and they couldn't get him out. And so they eventually just sealed the cave, and he's still trapped upside down in the cave.
Jeez.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. Well, that's terrifying. And
Yeah.
The wrong time. This is the wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong,
There's no.
wrong stories to tell in this setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that looks like a bean hole. So
Yeah.
It'll be fine. All right. So that goes back to the hoist, and that little raise down to the 400. This goes over to the Union Chimney. And the interesting part, Harry and I were just down there, down that way to the Union Chimney, where all that big rock had come down and caved in. I paced that back here to the Y, so when we get out, we'll look at a map and see kind of what kind of distance we are from that cave, because I'm thinking that is the Union Chimney, and the chimney has caved down into this level, the 200 level, because the airflow is flowing towards that Union Chimney and up and out. All the dust is going up, all the air is going up there. Whereas once you go back down towards the hoist where those guys are now, there's no airflow. So there's enough of a gap in those rocks that you're getting airflow from the Omega portal all the way back through here and up the chimney. I think, like we said earlier, I think they started the Omega, came in this way, developed the chimney, and then as they started sinking the shaft, they worked their way over from the Omega to the shaft and connected. What are you guys talking about?
we're gonna go down that hole.
Are you?
No.
Oh.
But if you look, I'll show you.
Yeah, what's your plan on a, this is future video style.
It goes around the corner. So you see far enough down to the edge to the right,
Yep.
it goes over and then down again.
There could be like a bunch
So I
of
think there's a bunch of different ladders, and they're all probably in this condition.
Yep.
So I don't want to get down there and then have, you know, if it goes vertical there without rope or anything.
Yeah. Well, and there could be a bunch of little sub levels between
They're totally
here and the
there's
200
almost
or the
looks like there's
400.
a little wooden platform there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Like
see
a
lagging
wooden-
down at the bottom there.
And so I think maybe they platformed there, then they went down this way, and then like just chutes and ladders all the way down to the 400, hopefully.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so you'd set anchors.
I might even go around this whole pillar,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
just wrap it all the way around.
because this stuff is kind of
Yeah.
not awesome. Or over there,
Yeah,
but with a hammer tool. I'm gonna take these signs too.
signs are cool.
Yeah, I've been collecting this way out signs.
This way out. Is there any ore in this?
There is, yeah. Walk up in this stope. It's interesting at the top.
I'm gonna go stage this back here.
Okay. Let me see what we got over here at the top. Ore wise. Yeah, there's just these little tiny stringers of ore. And I doubt that was lead. I think that was something else because you're not seeing any of the galena in it. But there's definitely a little stringer here. Get out from under the slab. But yeah, this right here is part of the vein they were following. And it's just super contorted and fractured. I mean, look at this. Look at this little black stringer here. Look at how tortured that little thing was. And then above it, you got this kind of rustier layer, black layer. It just kind of snakes all over the place. But they were after something. I'm back down another little rabbit hole here off the section going to the what's it called? Shaft. The shaft. It's caved. And so there's no getting back there, but I think that's a quartz vein running right through there. There it comes down here. So there's definitely some quartz in here. And looking up here, vuggy looking quartz. I don't know, this is not smart. Let's see. Come on out of there. Ow. Sharp. Oh, that's going to stay there. Yeah, that's really interesting though. That's what I'd be looking for gold. This is quartz veins. There's one. There's another one. Kind of splits and does some weird stuff. Let's go look around.
Did you see any like galena or gold or it was?
No, there wasn't hardly any mineralization at all in the quartz vein.
Huh.
Harry's mucking towards the shaft. How are you feeling about this whole adventure?
I think it's great. I think that like, you know, the Union Mine is like a puzzle that you're putting together slowly. For many years I've wondered what happened here, and now I think there's two good opportunities. One is this thing right behind us that maybe punches into the actual shaft, which would be our exit to the outside if we cleaned it all up.
Yeah.
And then two, that shoots and ladders down to the 400. They were shooting and laddering all the way down to the 900, so you have no idea how deep that goes, and that should spit me behind any collapses that I encountered before. So if that does go all the way to the 400, it should be dump me into a part of the 400 that I've never been in before, which after 5 years of exploring this mine, you know, like all the time, it's cool that I'm still finding new areas.
Having the access to the 400 near the Union chimney,
Yeah,
even though it's caved here on this side,
we might get to the chimney on the 400.
you might get to the chimney on the 400.
And you're saying about the airflow, that's interesting that like there seems to be some movement around that area.
If you have a 900-foot hole and it collapsed, maybe it collapsed all the way down, but maybe it blocked its
Yeah,
way.
maybe the big rocks wedged themselves. At the Jefferson, there's areas where massive slabs that are 25 feet across caught each other. You can kind of sneak past them like that.
Oh,
so it could
geez.
be the case over there. If you want another adventure. This morning, no idea how far we're gonna get. We unlocked, you know, hundreds and hundreds of feet, thousands of feet of workings.
All right, well, let's see if we can get out of here.
Yeah, we got a bunch of treasures to get out for Brent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And then our tools. We got to get our tools out.
Yeah.
yeah, we still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
All right, we're back at the door carrying out our treasures. I want to look around some of this stuff because like there's bags stuffed in the corners.
Blue jeans.
Blue jeans, find the jeans. But yeah, look, I mean, this is all ratty here, all backfilled. And anyway, how's our escape look? Oh yeah, beauty. Just shimmy right through there.
No.
It'll be fine.
Now we gotta get these artifacts out.
Okay, I've made it through to the other side. This is where we started digging, and we're gonna try and shuttle all those goodies through. I don't know if Harry's coming out next, but now this is our little storage area and out to the Omega portal. Yeah, you couldn't be a whole lot bigger and fit through there. Here comes Harry. Ah, relative safety. Better than being shot at, huh?
Yeah, not as bad.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Scarier than being shot at.
All right, here comes Brent. Reborn again here. Our fearless leader. I don't know, what do you call him?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fearless.
Expert at the scamper.
Is your GoPro dead?
Yeah.
Careful on that
Rope.
rock.
There you go.
One more little set. to
One
go,
more
man.
set.
Yep.
One more, almost there. Not out of the woods yet. All right, man. Woo!
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
We did it.
We did it. Omega conquered.
Omega. Somewhat done.
Somewhat. Yeah.
We continue.
To be continued.
Yeah.
To be continued. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much for inviting Jason and I out here and letting us come play in your mine. And
Yeah. Thank you guys for all the help.
yeah, you worked for me this summer, and I worked for you.
Yeah, there we go. We'll keep trading each year.
Jason, that was a lot of internal debate about whether we go through that hole, but
I'm glad we did.
yeah.
I'm glad we did. It was sketchy, but you know, it all worked out, and we're on the other side, and I had a blast. So yeah, thanks, Brent.
Yeah.
All right, we're wrapping up the Omega Tunnel. We all made it out. Had a great time. Thanks to Brent and Harry. I will leave a link to both their channels down below. Check them both out. And Brent's got a lot more cool videos coming up. He's going to go down to that 400 level that we saw in the Omega Tunnel. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you on the next video. So here is the book. This map is the 200 level. We started here in the Omega. Timber and lagging. Came through here. The door must be kind of right in here somewhere. Got through the door all the way down to the first Y. This goes back over to the Union Chimney right about here, which is caved. That's where the cave is, but the air was flowing all along this adit and up and out. This is the stope where we found the bag of ore that Brent found all that azurite and malachite in. We played around in here a little bit. Then coming back to the main Y, you go over here. There's the winds down to the 400 level. That limestone pillar. I was up in this stope a little bit looking around. And then this goes back here to the shaft. Here's a map hanging in the museum. We started right here in the omega. And this is all the levels on top of each other. That is a lot of workings. The main shaft is right there. And there's the 86, the 200, the 400, the 550, and the 900 on that map. A lot of workings up here. We came in, here's the Y. Here's the winds is right here that says down to the 400 level. And the 400 level is here. So if I'm not sure where Brent's been able to get, but if it's caved, but this winds accesses the 400 level here, you've got thousands of feet of workings out to the west. Wherever it's really hard to tell on this map when it's all overlaid. I think it comes down along here somewhere. 400 level. This is all 400 here, I think. There's 400 everywhere here. And it also comes back out here to the Union Chimney. And then all this is 400 level. 400 level, 400 level. Holy moly. I don't know if he's ever been out here, but this is all 400 level is huge. And like I say, if it's caved across here and you can access it down this winds, all this 400 level will be open to Brent now for exploration. That could be huge.
Is that like galena up in that pocket?
Maybe like an iron oxide. I think it's just a piece of iron oxide.
Oh yeah, that's good.
There's a blue one in here. I chucked in early. One. Couple good stellar ones. Yeah, we didn't really communicate that one very well.
Yeah,
we'll work on that next time.
I missed that note, but there's some good blues in there.
Throw it in the crusher.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of the blue. Yeah, we left the best pieces.
Yeah.
We forgot them in right at the Y there.
There's a couple good ones on the bottom of this. I got a lot of just the dust.
Yeah, nice. Good finds. And here's the rest of the stuff. Signs. This will all go in the museum here, and some of the old steels.
Oh. Is that like pink?
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some copper banding in there. This is all cedar, right, Brent?
Uh-huh.
This is all the cedar that you cut up at my place.
Yep, it was laying down in your forest.
Yeah. Yeah, we bucked it up, we skidded it out,
Yep.
took it to Fred. Man, it came out really nice. So this is stained. This is like the finished product.
Haley's been staying in that last 2 days.
Nice. That looks really good.
So yeah, that was laying down in your forest, and now it's up on our wall.
That is so cool. And then you'll do the Doug fir for the floor.
Floor, yeah.
Dang.
And the idea being that like back through there would be the control room where the person sat to
That's awesome.
do the music and have the glass in. And yeah, this is all from your place too.
It's all cedar from my forest.
Yeah, we just planed it and then 45'd.
Cool.
Made it look fancy.
Yep. That's awesome. So you got 1x6 over there and 1x4 over here.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did some, we made some errors in our measurement of, board feet are weird.
Yeah, they are totally
They
weird.
don't make total sense, and so.
Man,
I get square feet and board feet.
it looks great. Turned out great.